Good morning and welcome back to another Saturday morning and another live stream where again we're going to be attempting to predict Sky Saturday Soccer 6 fixtures. So we've got these all taking place at 3 o'clock this afternoon on the 19th of December 2020. We've got 6 fixtures. Today we've got one Premier League fixture, which is the Southampton versus Manchester City game, the only Premier League fixture in these 6 games. We've got Luton against Bournemouth. We've got Birmingham at home against Middlesbrough. We've got Huddersfield Town against Watford. We've got Brentford against Reading, and we've got Swansea City, the Jacks, against Barnsley. And in the chat, we've got Harry Klitschko. Hiya. Good morning, Harry. I hope you are doing well. Douglas, good morning. I'm on my break at work. Fantastic, Douglas. In the canteen, no doubt, or wandering around the car park, perhaps. Matt, CFC Games. Oh, hi. Good morning to you, Matt. Harry Doherty is beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Yeah, we've got, well, I'm actually in the sort of the dining room at the moment. So if I just swing this around, you can actually see we have the dining room Christmas tree there, but I'll just swing it around. I'm in the sort of the dining room, and we haven't got any curtains or any blinds out here. So the sun, because we're south facing, we've got the sea sort of in that direction. It comes over here on most mornings. Most mornings though it is cloudy, but today for some reason we've had a bit of rain, but it's very sunny as well. Nelson Alfaro, morning, even though it's 4:18 my time. So now, Nelson, where are you talking from? I'm guessing you're possibly on the east coast of America or Mexico, somewhere like that. Good morning from Harry Klitschko and Dad too. No Kiefer Moore Wilson today, no. Oh, Wilson's out as well. I know Cardiff had a lot of injuries, and I think Murphy's had an illness last week, so hopefully he'll be back on the bench or even playing. But yeah, anyway, let's crack on and get on with these fixtures. And as I said, we've got the Southampton versus Manchester City game first up. Let's have a quick look at the league table. Of course, Southampton, for a little bit of a period last week, they were actually top of the table. If I can get the mouse over to where I want it to be. Yeah, Southampton currently in 3rd position with just the 1 defeat in their last 6 fixtures. And Manchester City, surprisingly, okay, they've 1 defeat in their last 6 as well, but 2 draws in the last few matches. West Brom, of course, going to the Etihad and carving out a 1-1 draw, but that did mean the disgraceful sacking of Slaven Bilic, although they've got Big Sam Allardyce in at the helm now. So will there be a managerial bounce this weekend? We'll just have to wait and see. Liam Grayson has gone for 1-1 in this fixture. City go back to winning ways. I'm going to say 2-0, and Doug has gone 2-1 to Southampton. Yes, Doug, I've submitted my scores now on your channel. I think I did it late last night. Must have been around about 11 o'clock. Yeah, after, and by the way, myself and Nathan were on Doug's channel. We had a festive quiz last night, or yesterday evening, I should say, and yeah, good fun. Go over to Doug's channel after you've watched this video, this live stream, and see how we all got on in the Douglas's quiz. Premier League games are unpredictable this week. I think for the past 2 weeks, Matt, they've been very, very unpredictable last week. And from my 10 fixtures, I think I only predicted 3 correct results. So I've really got to up my game in this predictions lark. Southampton 1, Manchester City 2. Yeah, let's have a quick look at form-wise. We've got Southampton, as we say, just the 1 defeat. Manchester City, just the 1 defeat. Gaining 2 draws as well. In my predictions video, I've actually gone for a Southampton away win. I've said 2-1. Sorry, a Manchester City away win. I've gone for 2-1, but I might actually just change my mind just for in the interests of this video. So let's have a look what the Sky community are saying in this one, and then we can crack on with the Championship predictions. 12% have gone for Southampton win, they're agreeing with Douglas. 20% have gone for a draw, and 67% have gone for a Manchester City win. Team news, I'm not sure if Aguero's back for this one. Let's just Premier League injuries. Just want to check out on the injuries for Southampton and Manchester City. So Southampton looks like they've got a clean bill of health. So they got, of course, Danny Ings made his return last time out. I think he came off the bench. And Manchester City, that's got 9 or 3 injuries, I should say. This son is playing havoc, of course. Yeah, Aguero, 19th for the 12th. That's today, so it's a late fitness test. After the 78, he could not train yesterday. No training today. He trained really well, but I don't know how many minutes he can play. So possibly Aguero can start and then come off, or he may come off the bench. Perhaps they'll save Aguero for later on in the game. So probably Jesus will be starting in that. Apart from that, okay, Zinchenko, the left back. Don't know when he's going to be back. And Eric Garcia as well. Looks like he's coming back in early January. But yeah, I think I'm going to go for a draw in this one. I think Southampton been playing very well. Okay, they only got that draw against Arsenal where we predicted, or most people predicted, that Southampton would go away to the Emirates and win. But yeah, I'm going to go for a 1-1 in this fixture. Lock that in. I got a 16 point last week in that Super Six. Well done, Douglas. That is excellent. Return on the Soccer 6. Liam Grayson, ugliest hair award goes to Aguero. Yeah, speaking of hair, we just got back from the hairdressers ourselves because Wales is going into another lockdown on Boxing Day. Then, okay, they say 3 weeks that we're going to be out of it, but knowing Drakeford and the way things are going in Wales at the moment and with the rates, that's probably going to be increased to at least 6 weeks lockdown. So had to get the old Barnet sorted out this morning. So anyway, less about hair, and let's get back onto the Championship, where we got Luton Town against Bournemouth. Now, Bournemouth, as we know, flying high in the Championship currently. Currently in second position in that second automatic promotion spot. Winning the last 2 games, actually they've won 3 of their last 4 games, and just losing once in their last 6, which was a home reverse against Preston. Last time out, came up against a Wycombe team, and they won in that match 1-0. So found that one a little bit tricky to overcome. And prior to that, they absolutely dismantled Huddersfield, the Terriers, in a 5-0 victory. So Bournemouth, yeah, as we say, riding high. Can they beat Luton? Luton's form has been slipping of late. They've actually suffered defeat 3 times in the last 6 fixtures. Middlesbrough, last time out, they travelled to and lost against Middlesbrough in the northeast. But since Warnock's come in, he's made them really defensively sound and picking up results too. They did beat Preston prior to that 3-0. But yeah, 3 defeats in their last 6 fixtures. Quite strong at home though. You've got to look that they did beat Norwich, who are top of the table, and beat Preston as well. Preston find themselves in 13th position. I just want to look at Luton's Town overall record at home this season. As you can see, they've beaten Derby, they've beaten Wycombe. Okay, they lost at home against Stoke, drew at home against Nottingham Forest, lost against Brentford, which is not too far to travel there to Brentford from Luton, drawing at home against Blackburn and Birmingham before pulling out these 2 victories recently against Norwich and Preston. So maybe it's time for a draw or a win or a home defeat again. Looking at Bournemouth again, we see, yeah, look at these last 4 results. 2 wins at home and 2 away wins as well. Conceded, look, clean sheet there, clean sheet there. They haven't actually conceded in the league now, Bournemouth, in 4 matches. Will they concede today against Luton? Let's have a quick look back at Luton's scoring record in the past, say 6 weeks. Didn't score there. They scored 3 there. Couldn't get on the score sheet there. Right, okay, I think I've made up my mind on how I'm going to predict this match. Let's have a look what you guys are saying in the chat. 1-1 agreed. Okay, Liam, yeah. Harry, mate. Hey, mate, how are you? Yeah, the Dalek, West Ham United FC. Yeah, I'm doing very well on this Saturday morning. Looking forward to the Cardiff City match this morning, taking place, well, early this afternoon, taking place at 12:30. The Dalek, West Ham United, I think you'll beat Chelsea. Interesting, Doug. I think I've actually gone for a Chelsea win. I think Chelsea will bounce back today. Difference of opinion there, which is always good for a debate. Harry Doak, we always struggle against West Ham. Yeah, I think they suffered defeat twice last season. I think that's right, Doug, isn't it? I have Antonio. Yeah, Antonio's going to be a bit of a thorn in their sides. Right, Luton 1, Bournemouth 3. Doug has gone for Soufal. We've got a good defender. Yeah, from the Czech Republic. He's really impressed, really taken to a duck to water. Has Soufal, the Dalek, and also who's the other Czech Republic midfielder as well? West Ham, just remind me again. He's doing well. Scored a couple of weeks ago or last time out as well. Bournemouth 2, Luton 0. Saying Liam Grayson. Harry Doherty has gone for a 2-0 away win to Bournemouth against Luton. And SG Minor. Good morning, SG Minor. Hope you're getting ready for the Cardiff City match at 12:30 this morning. You've gone for a 2-0 away win to Bournemouth. Douglas, yes, Chelsea lost home and away versus West Ham last season, 1-0 and 2-0. Maybe it is time that Chelsea can beat West Ham for this season, and maybe Werner can get on the score sheet for them. Souček, yes, that's what I was thinking. West Ham, yeah, good player, Souček. Really impressed with Souček and Soufal this season. Yes, Souček. Thank you, Harry, as well. Anyway, let's have a look what the Sky community are saying for this. We've got 4% just going for a Luton Town win, 7% for a draw, and 89% for a Bournemouth victory. Yeah, I'm going to go for a Bournemouth victory, and I think it will end up in a 1-0 victory. I don't think, I think defensively, they've been very good, the Cherries, in the last 4 fixtures. Luton Town struggling to score. They will make it tough for Bournemouth. That's why I'm only just going to go for the 1-0 scoreline in this one. But next up, we've got Birmingham at home against Middlesbrough. Now, Birmingham, tough nut to crack in the Championship, but they do find themselves in 17th position. Losing their last 2 games, a 3-2 reverse at the Cardiff City Stadium, where they didn't start off too well in that fixture. The middle part of the match looked good going forward, but they were also always susceptible on the break. They got a very good goalkeeper, of course, Birmingham, in Neil Etheridge, who made some outstanding stops against Cardiff City in midweek. Prior to that Cardiff match, they suffered a home defeat against Watford. They are coming up against a very tough Middlesbrough team who have won their last 2 fixtures after suffering defeat in 2 fixtures prior to that. So Middlesbrough in the last 2 fixtures, they've won 1-0 and 3-0, keeping clean sheets. Prior to that, they did have a 3-0 reverse against Preston and Stoke City. Now, I'm not really up to things on the team in Middlesbrough, so I'm not sure if they've had a few injuries recently. I know their squad isn't that fantastic, but Warnock, as usual, defensively sound. Don't mess around with it at the back. If it gets anywhere in their area, they're just going to get rid of it, bypass the midfield, get it out to their wings, and put in plenty of crosses into the box for their strikers to latch onto. So they're going to cause all sorts of problems for Birmingham. Just want to have a look at how Birmingham, what their scoring rate is at home. So as you can see, okay, they didn't score in the last match at home. Prior to that, they lost, they drew. Birmingham haven't actually won at home since the 28th of October. Very interesting, where they beat Huddersfield. They did score a couple of goals there in those 2 defeats against Wickham of all teams, and Bournemouth. And yeah, finding goals difficult to come by at home. Middlesbrough, very, very tough. So I don't think Birmingham are going to get a goal against Middlesbrough. So it just all depends. This could end up as a 0-0 draw even. Let's have a look what the Sky community are saying in this fixture while the sun plays havoc here on the south coast of Wales. Stats-wise, we're looking at Birmingham. 20% of people are thinking Birmingham are going to win this match. 45% think this is going to end up in a draw, and 35% are saying that this is going to be a victory to Middlesbrough. Let's have a look at what people are saying in the chat. The Dalek WHUFC has gone for a home win to Luton, 2-1. SG Mine has gone for a 0-0 draw. Douglas, glad you are still with us on your break. Must be a half an hour break, I should imagine. Thank you for taking the time out of your day. Gone for a 1-0 home win to Birmingham. Interesting. Liam's gone for a 2-2 draw between Birmingham and Middlesbrough. The Dalek. We've also got Haller. That bicycle kick, as you mentioned in there in the chat, it was absolutely phenomenal. One of the goals of the season so far in the Premier League. Glad to see him getting on the score sheet and actually, giving a little bit back for the hefty fee that he did command last season. Plus, we haven't lost since Man United, but after that, we're okay. And Moyes has still got his fire from Everton. Correct. Middlesbrough, yeah. Birmingham 1, Middlesbrough 1 for Harry Doherty. Dalek's gone for 2-1 to Borough. And Huddersfield are terrible considering they were in the Premier League not long ago. Yeah, they've sort of fallen off the cliff. Cowries came in, they couldn't do anything. And now they've got former Middlesbrough manager in charge, the Welshman, whose name has slipped me for now. But let me know who he is. Lanzini got goal of the season. Yeah, Lanzini, very, very good strike, wasn't it? But in this fixture between Birmingham and Middlesbrough, I think there's going to be the solitary goal. Is it going to be 2-1? Is it going to be 1-0? I'm going to go for another 1-0 away win in this fixture. So I've gone Birmingham 0, Middlesbrough 1. So not a lot of goals I've been predicting so far. Let's see if we can get some more goals in this next match, which is Huddersfield against Watford. Now, Watford find themselves currently in, I think they are in the playoffs zone at the moment. They're actually in third position, just the one defeat in their last 6 fixtures. Last time out, they drew 1-1 against Brentford, who are picking up themselves now. They did beat Birmingham away from home, and they did beat Watford at home, Rotherham at home 2-0 as well. Prior to that, they suffered defeat at the hands of Cardiff City at home. Prior to that, surprisingly, you could say a Nottingham Forest 0-0 draw, and prior to that, a 4-1 win against Preston. So getting the goals now and again, but haven't scored more than 2 goals in their last 5 fixtures. Let's have a look at Huddersfield. Huddersfield themselves find themselves in 15th position. Okay, they have won 3 of their last 6 fixtures. Last time out, they gained a 0-0 draw away against Coventry. They lost 5-0 against Bournemouth. Heavy defeat. That's why that Coventry fixture ended up in 0-0. Maybe they'll continue that today with a defensive display against Watford, or maybe they'll gain a little bit of confidence from that 0-0 draw away to Coventry. But prior to that loss against Bournemouth, they did have 2 good wins against QPR and Sheffield Wednesday. But QPR and Sheffield Wednesday are in that bottom quarter of the table. So maybe that's not a surprise that they did gain victory there. Prior to that, they lost 3-0 away against Cardiff, and they actually gained a 3-2 win over Middlesbrough. So what are we thinking, guys? What are we thinking? Watford, very strong, got a very good squad this season. Huddersfield, okay, inconsistent. So I know what I think I'm going to say on this one. Let's have a look what the Sky community is saying. 10% to Huddersfield. They're going for 18% draw, and 72% of people are thinking this one's going to end up in a Hornets victory. SG Minor has gone for 3-0 win to Watford. Carlos Coveran, of course, for the manager, I think. Watford are poor away, but Huddersfield have not been great either. Huddersfield 0, Watford 1. Liam Grayson has gone for a 2-0 away victory to Watford. LFC 96, you'll never walk alone. Welcome to the chat. What is my highest points you've got on Super 6? Terrible this season. I think, I can't remember now, probably 9 or something like that. But in the past, I think I've had something like 15 maybe last season. Can't remember exactly now. The dugout, Brentford 2-0, Swansea 2-0. I'm going to have to head back to work. Speak to you soon. Yeah, thanks for coming in, taking the time out of your busy day in work this morning, Douglas. Glad you could join us for the smaller amount of time you did. But have a great day anyway. Huddersfield 0, Watford 2. Yeah, I think Watford away from home have been struggling, but surely they're going to beat this very poor Huddersfield side. I think there's going to be goals in this one. I think Watford are going to capitalise on Huddersfield's poorish run, where they have suffered, 2 defeats in their last 6, and the squad, maybe things are going to click into place for Watford today. So I'm going to go for a 3-1 away victory to Watford. Next up, we've got the Bees, Brentford against Reading. Now, Reading, of course, had an absolutely fantastic start to the season. They have tailed off a little bit recently. I think they did tail off big time, but they've sort of picked up in their last 6 fixtures, gaining 3 wins out of the last 6. Suffered defeat last time out, Reading did, against Norwich away. So Norwich, of course, top of the table. So bit of a tough one to call, this one. Reading in the last 6 fixtures beat QPR away from home, suffered defeat at home against Birmingham, beat Nottingham Forest 2-0, 1-1 away draw against Sheffield Wednesday, and a 3-1 victory over Bristol City. But Bristol City in all sorts of trouble at the moment. I think they lost it against Preston last night too. Brentford on their day can dismantle any team in this league. They've only suffered 3 defeats this season at all, whereas Reading have suffered 6 defeat. They've suffered a loss 6 times this season. In the last 6 fixtures, Brentford are unbeaten, beaten QPR 2-1. 2-0 away win against Rotherham. They've had draws against Blackburn and Derby 2-2 and 0-0 respectively. They beat Nottingham Forest on the road 3-1, and last time out they suffered or gained a draw against Watford. So Brentford at home, surely they're going to beat Reading in this one. I know Reading can pull it out of the bag, have the potential. They've got a very, very good midfield as Reading. Jonathan Swift is, of course, one of my favourite players in the Championship for non-Cardiff City players. He's a delight to watch sometimes for the Royals. But I think before I make my decision, let's have a look what you guys and the Sky community are saying. 74% of people are going for a Brentford win, 20% are going for a draw, excuse me, and 6% are going for a Reading victory. In the chat, Harry Doherty has gone for 2. Sorry, Harry, that was your Watford prediction. SG Minor has gone for 1-1 draw. Liam Grayson has gone for a 4-1 victory to the Bees. Is that a telephone on there? I'm not sure what that emoji is. And Brentford 2, Reading 2, Harry is saying. Yeah, I think Brentford at home, very good, I believe. So just want to have a quick look at their home record for this season. Have they actually suffered defeat at home? Yes, they have. They've only suffered defeat once at home this season, which was against Preston. But if you look at those stats there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 games without being defeated. And that one, 12, 13, 14, is it something like 16 games now without being defeated at home? So I think Brentford will win this one. And do they actually concede many goals at home? Yeah, they are susceptible. Not too many clean sheets. A couple of 0-0 draws there. Did beat Coventry 2-0. I'm actually going to go. I've made my decision, and I'm going to go. I think the Bees will score a couple of goals here against Reading, but I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory for this playoff fixture. Next up, we've got the Jacks against Barnsley. Now, Swansea, it pains me to say, are having a good season at the moment. I know they suffered defeat against Derby County, relegation threatened Derby, although Derby haven't actually suffered defeat themselves in the last 6 fixtures since Wayne Rooney has taken over at the helm. But Swansea in the last 6 suffered defeat twice, losing 2-0, as I said, against Derby last time out, beating Cardiff on the road. That was Derby, 2-0 away victory, drawing 0-0 against Bournemouth, winning 2-0 against Luton, 2-0 away defeat against Middlesbrough, and prior to that it was a 1-0 away victory against Forest. Barnsley, slap bang there in the middle of the table, actually winning 4 of their last 3 fixtures. They've beaten Preston at home, Sheffield Wednesday away. Barnsley, they beat Wycombe 2-1. Prior to that, they lost against Bournemouth, but Bournemouth, we know that how good they are at the moment. Birmingham, prior to that, they had a very good win against Birmingham in that one, and prior to that, they suffered defeat against Blackburn Rovers. So, Barnsley in fine form at the moment. Wycombe, they beaten Wycombe, and Wycombe sort of kind of okay. They are suffering defeat, but they are picking up play wise. Making it very difficult for teams. So I apologise with this sun. It's getting on my nerves a little bit now. So apologise for that, guys. Maybe I should have done it in the spare room again. But what are you guys thinking in this fixture anyway between Swansea and Barnsley? Millwall 1-0, Malugu. SU Minor 2-1 to the Jacks. Harry Doherty's 1-0 to Swansea as well. I think Southampton will win 2-1, and that is from Seb for Seb. Malugu, cheers, mate. Hello, yeah, hello to Malogalo. Logalo, I think that's how you pronounce your tag there. We'll have to watch another time. Past 3 here in California, perhaps, is that? In CA, or is it CA? Anybody tell me where CA is? Canberra, Australia, perhaps? I'm not sure where that is at the moment. Liam Grayson, haha. When I typed Reading, my phone, I thought I meant reading books. Yes, of course, reading books. Liam Grayson has gone for a 2-0 home victory for Swansea in this one. And Sub for Sub has gone for a Swansea win, yeah. The Jacks, Swansea, this season, they have been spawny as anything. They took their eye off the ball in that match against Derby, however, last time, and Barnsley are getting some good victories recently. So, Maple Leaf Syrup. Canada, Malugo, Canada. We are planning to go, I'm not sure if you were in the chat a couple of weeks ago, but that is one of the destinations I will be visiting if we can get over this global virus. Don't really want to say anything else about that, but because it is the demonetized virus. But I want to go to Canada. I'm going to do a bit of a tour. It'll probably be around the Quebec region, Niagara Falls. So hopefully I'll be doing that in the next year or two. Maple Leaf Syrup, indeed. Yep, cheers. Love the channel. Get all my soccer advice. Advice off me. My predictions recently have been, well, terrible. But I think the last couple of weeks, the Premier League has been very, very difficult to predict. But yeah, thank you for those kind words, Malugalu. Hope Canada is well. Yeah, beautiful country. Love to visit there. My cousins actually emigrated out there when I was a lot younger, but they actually came back to Wales in the end. I think it was due to the snow, because of a lot of snow there. I know that there's a lot of snowstorms, or there has been a snowstorm in New York. Love to go back to New York as well. Indeed, I too fancy crossing the pond. Yeah, Europe is very nice, especially last year we visited Italy and Greece and France. I think it was, yeah, Italy, Greece, France, and Spain. So yeah, love mainland Europe as well. But anyway, back to the football. Enough of that chit chat before I lose any more viewers. Yeah, we're saying, what are we saying here with this Swansea fixture? Swansea at home against Barnsley. I think Swansea are going to win this one. They normally spawn it, don't they, Swansea? And I'm going to go for a 1-0 victory to the Jacks in this one. The Sky community agreed. They've gone for 77% of people have gone for a Swansea win. 13% people going for a draw, and 10% of people are going for a Barnsley victory. So before I move on, I'm just going to recap what I've done. So I've gone for 1-1 between Southampton and Man City. I've gone for an away victory for Bournemouth over Luton, 1-0. I've gone for a 1-0 away victory to Middlesbrough as well against Birmingham. Birmingham, Alabama, Birmingham. I've gone for a 3-1 away victory in the match between Huddersfield and Watford. Maybe I'm being a little bit unkind there on Huddersfield that they can concede 3 goals at home. I've gone for a 2-1 victory to Brentford over Reading, and I've gone for a 1-0 victory for Swansea against Barnsley. Big storms in New York. Enjoy the games. Yeah, enjoy your football as well, Malubaloo. You'll be getting up, I don't know when, in 6 hours. Perhaps you can watch some Premier League action on Saturday. But yeah, seeing the news and everything, I did see the storms in New York. Looking beautiful though, the city is in the snow. But yeah, that's the fixtures all done and dusted. But of course, we've got the golden goal prediction. I can't actually remember what it was last time out, but usually these goals take place in the first 10 minutes. I usually predict some like 6th, 7th, or 8th minute. What are you thinking, guys, in the chat? Do we think any of these games, perhaps Watford could get an early goal against Huddersfield? Normally I go for some like 6th, 7th, or 8th minutes, but I'm actually going to go 4 or 5 minutes in this one. I think I'm going to go 5 minutes. Absolutely, Malugu. Yes. I'm going to go for my golden goal prediction to be at 5 minutes. 4 minutes for SG Minor. Yeah, SG Minor. 4th minute indeed. But yeah, so I'm going to submit my entry there for the Soccer 6. Not going to do anything with that. But if I was putting a little wager on this, just for the results, say a tenner, that would come back as £1,527.64. If I was putting £5 on this bet, it would come in at £763.82. And if I was putting £2 on at 100 odds, £151, that would come back at £305.53. But I am not going to put on any money for this fixture. But yeah, once again though, guys, thank you for taking your time out of your Saturday mornings to join me here in sunny South Wales. I expect there will be rain on the way soon. Liam Grayson, Decore, 49 seconds. Yes, indeed. Maybe Decore for Watford, for Everton rather, would be 49 seconds. But yeah, it's was it 10 to 11 now? I'm going to be watching Nathan's live stream at 12:30. Remember, he will be live for Cardiff City's away fixture against Norwich this afternoon, which kicks off at 12:30. He'll be going live around about 12:20 this afternoon. Lots of Premier League action throughout the day and throughout tomorrow as well. There's a full championship schedule as well today. Football all across Europe. Should we just have a look at what's going on throughout Europe? Let's have a look, see if we can pick on any other fixtures that are happening today across Europe, and let's see if we can just gather my thoughts before I let you go before 11 o'clock. So Obviously, if you want to see my predictions for the Premier League, myself and Nathan's and you guys as well, who kindly leave your comments each and every week, then head over to my channel, to the Week 14 Premier League predictions, and submit your predictions as well before the deadline. Of course, I think the first match takes place is at 12:30 today between Crystal Palace and Liverpool. Of course, in that match, by the way, a sneak preview, I've gone for a 2-1 away victory to Liverpool. Do you think Arsenal will get a result for the 4th week in a row? Arsenal, have they for the 4th week in a row? I thought, Liam, they are, if I just go back to the Premier League table, because they are struggling big time this season, aren't they, Arsenal? Yeah, they've lost 3 of the last 4 matches. Of course, they got a draw against Southampton at home. Prior to that, it was a defeat against Burnley, Tottenham and Watford. Do I think they're going to beat Everton away? No, Everton have turned around things. Ancelotti has the serial European Cup winner or Champions League winner. As he's recognised that Rodriguez is out, so not going to play a lot of football. I think they're playing 4 centre halves in their back 4 as well, because their two fullbacks are injured. So they've really gone pragmatic at the back, gone a lot more direct in their play, and Everton have won their last 2 fixtures, as you can see, against Leicester. Very good win, 2-0 away from home. So, and a win against Chelsea. So I fully expect a victory for the Toffees this afternoon. Yeah, 5:30. It's the evening kickoff. So yeah, I should be able to watch that match later on. I think it's on Sky, perhaps. Yeah, I think that match is on Sky this evening in the UK. But other matches of note, of course, saying about the Cardiff City away match against Norwich, of course, I'll reiterate again, that will be live this afternoon on Nathan's channel today. Other matches, any other big matches there? Sunderland away against Shrewsbury, perhaps, in Division 1. Northampton at home against Lincoln. In League 2, just Cheltenham riding high away against Barrow. Bolton, good fixture there against Tranmere Rovers. Newport, top of the table, I believe they are, home against Oldham Athletic. In La Liga, Atletico Madrid are at home against Elche. Who else we got? Seville at home against Real Valladolid. Of course, in the Bundesliga, I think Dortmund suffered defeat last night. But other notable fixtures, we got Borussia Mönchengladbach at home against Hoffenheim. RB Leipzig at home against Cologne. And Schalke, terrible this season, at home against Arminia Bielefeld, I think it is. That's how you pronounce it. And Bayer Leverkusen at home against Bayern Munich, possibly the fixture of the week. And there in the Bundesliga. In Serie A, or A, in Italy, Fiorentina are playing Verona and Sampdoria against Crotone. In France, in Ligue 1, we've got Nice against Lyon, possibly the game of the weekend. So I'm not sure who actually is top of the table in France. It is actually Lille, and they are actually ahead of Paris Saint-Germain there. Yeah, let me just get that up on the screen as we go through. Yeah, we got, if we just go back to this weekend's fixtures. Sorry about that, we'll get it back up on the screen now. Head all the way down to France. Let's have a look. Where were we? In France, yeah. Metz against Lens, Marseille, Reims. In the Netherlands, in the Eredivisie, we got Sparta Rotterdam against Groningen, Utrecht against Fortuna Sittard. Portugal, Sporting Lisbon there against Vannes. Belgium, any big matches in Belgium this week? Not really. Turkey, Trabzonspor against Ricepor. Scotland, Rangers, can they continue their fine form at the top of the Scottish Premier League? They're at home against Motherwell. Fully expect Rangers to win that one. St Mirren at home against St Johnstone. We've got Brazilian fixtures there. Salisaya B, and then we've got all the lower league. Czech Republic. We've got Slavian Liberec against Milanda. Where's it gone? Jumping all over the place. This is. Where's that Czech Republic? Yeah, Milanda Boleslav. If because I know there are a couple of people who subscribe to the channel who are from the Czech Republic as well. But Molde in Norway playing Sarpsborg 08. So anyway, I think I've been chatting away way too much now this morning. I'm going to get myself ready for this Norwich against Cardiff City fixture, where Nathan's going to be live streamed this morning from 12:20. So do I meant red card, not result. Okay, so yeah, thank you for joining me again on this Saturday morning. I'm going to bid you farewell for now. I'll see you again for the Premier League fixtures, which will probably come out on Tuesday or Wednesday evening. Join me in the chat, of course, on Nathan's channel a little bit later on today. But for now, I'll bid you farewell. Thank you as always. If I don't see you, Merry Christmas and